out soon of the concerts for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And you got to perform with some pretty extraordinary people during that. Is there anything that stands out for you for that?
Well, that was an honor, to be short and sweet about it. Playing behind Sam Moore and Darlene Love. It was fun to play with Billy Joel. One of the things about the E Street Band is we're a pretty good backup band. And,
yes, you are.
All of us, including Bruce. So that was really a wonderful experience. Not just the show, but the rehearsals were great, and getting to know other musicians, like some of the guys in Stevie Wonder's band, and we had Aretha's band there, and it was a very special couple of nights, and playing, Hold On, I'm Coming with 50% of Double Dynamite, Sam Moore, and his late partner Dave Prater. This was a tremendous thrill for us. We really enjoyed it. I think it shows. I've seen that. I saw it when it was broadcast, and I think it shows. I think it shows how much fun we were really having.
And then we just can't get away from you. There's also the box set of The Darkness on the Edge of Town coming out in November, and there's a film that's going to premiere in Toronto. Are you going to be up for that? Are you going to join Bruce in Toronto for that, or are you just going to sit back and because you're touring and you have to work so hard?
Well, I'll be touring. I don't think I'll be sitting back. I'll be sitting up at the drums and
right.
playing this music. Of course, starting with the American Jazz Festival down in Virginia Beach on the 5th. But yes, it's a very exciting project. It was a great time back then in the 70s recording that record, and it really has taken on a wonderful, deep, meaningful experience, I think, for people who've seen us play it through the years in concert. And this project is coming out in November, I think November 16th. It's very exciting for all of us. I hope people out there pick up the excitement.
And I have to mention the Weinberg genes continue on. I had the pleasure of seeing your son play with the E Street Band. Matter of fact, you passed me in Philly, walked to the soundboard to check out your son playing on drums. So what was that like, seeing your son perform with the E Street Band?
Well, my son, Jay, is an incredible young drummer. He'll be 20 actually next week. He filled in for me when I was helping debut The Tonight Show last spring, a year ago last spring, and did an unbelievable job. He's continued, of course. He's a wonderful college student as well, but he just returned from a month in Europe with the band he's currently working with called Madball, which is a very intense, hardcore metal type band. And Jay is an incredible drummer. For me, as a dad, incredible experience. Of course, you're always excited about whatever your children do. Seeing Jay play drums, he taught himself completely. I had nothing to do with it. I really didn't. He just one day decided when he was 15 that he wanted to play the drums, and he set up this drum set and started, whacking away at it and really got it. And I must say, the first time I saw him play drums with a band, he used to just go around and sit in with local bands. That blew me away. But then when he came up on stage and played Born to Run with Bruce and the E Street Band in the summer of 2008 at Giant Stadium with 80,000 people there, that was an out-of-body experience for me and the rest of my family. My whole family was there that night, and he's just done wonderfully well. He's charted his own musical path. This is what he wants to do. He writes songs. He's and maintained a very high average in college, something like a 3.85
that's
out of 4.
Impressive. Oh my gosh!
So we're very proud of both of our children. Allie, who was the first E Street offspring to play with the E Street Band. My daughter Allie, who's now 23 and works in Washington for MSNBC News, was the first, as I say, offspring to play with us when she was 12 years old. She is a wonderful keyboard player and went up and played Glory Days with us at the Meadowlands. And the biggest thrills I've ever had have been playing with Allie and watching Allie and Jay play with Bruce. That was really something.
And then, of course, you gave Jay a little taste of the big band you like so much because the two of you played at the Guitar Center Drum-Off.
Well, we did. We did a very, it came out great, actually. It was this, great festival they had there of drummers from all over the place. People Jason Bonham, whose father John, of course, was the legendary drummer for Led Zeppelin, and Tommy Lee organized it with a guy named Frank Zumo, who plays with the Street Drum Corps. These guys are really good. And Jay and I did the old Gene Krupa Sing, 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 where he played kind of simultaneously. He played the metal version and I played the swing version, and it all worked out. And it was really quite a night. That was back in January of 2010, and it's on the web. People can see that. It was put on by Guitar Center out in Los Angeles.
Well, I have to ask you, when Max Weinberg has his downtime and he wants to see someone perform live in concert, who does Max Weinberg go see?
Well, I would never miss the opportunity to see Paul McCartney or Ringo Starr play. I'm kind of an old school guy. I had the pleasure of watching Ringo's birthday concert at Radio City in July, on July 7th, and was able to get up there on the stage at the end and help sing in my very terrible way, singing with a little help from my friends. But I guess I'm kind of a traditionalist. A lot of the people that I really love to see no longer play. But I had the great experience of growing up and my son growing up with me, and Jay taking me to all these concerts he wanted to go to. So I've seen a whole, generation of young rock bands, from Against Me to Alkaline Trio to Lamb of God, who's a southern, progressive band, to Slipknot, one of my particular favorites. So I don't go out to see music very often, but it was great being able to share that with my son and the bands that he liked. But again, I'll never pass up an opportunity to see Paul McCartney or Ringo Starr in concert.
Well, you can't tell me you can't sing because you covered Ringo's Boys.
I did, under duress. Yes, I did, and that was a shock.
It was a good night.
Well, the one thing you can be sure of with Bruce and the E Street Band is you never know what we're going to play, and very often the guys in the band don't know what we're going to play, and you just got to stay on your toes, keep your ears open, and watch Bruce.
Well, it's one of the reasons why I go to so many shows, because it's never the same show twice. So, any singing with the big band?
No, it's all instrumental.
Okay.
And I got great soloists in the Max Weinberg Big Band. And if you like jazz, if you like a very muscular approach to jazz, I think you would enjoy this. And it's something I'm very committed to, and I'm going to keep doing it. And, I would just encourage everyone to listen, to come on down. And, it would be our absolute delight and pleasure to play for those of so many brave Americans who are serving in the military and have served. My wife comes from a long line of Army officers and enlisted men, and so the military is very important to us, and obviously to the country, but we feel a deep personal connection to those who serve, and it would be my pleasure to just turn it around and play a little music for them one night.